Greetings everyone, this is me again, Zara Berserk, to remind you every day as I contemplate and think that how this religion is, and as I go through logically the Quran ayats, using reason and the Quran ayats mostly, that this is a false religion. And now coming to the fact that this Allah is a terrorist, right? And who are you Muslims? Who are you Muslims to kill? Because you think that this is the true Allah. Well, this is not your original Allah, right? It was stolen. This name was given originally by the polytheists to an Allah, to God. So, defacing them and come off it now, Muslims, right? Scaring them, come off it. Enough is enough. Who do you think you Muslims are? So, do you think this Allah has given you license to kill? And this is the true Allah? Now, God knows who is going to come here, say that I don't know Arabic. As if the messages sent by the king, by Prophet Muhammad to the king, they knew Arabic. So since I don't have a live stream link, I'm trying to get one when I, hopefully, if I can work on my computer. Then let's see if this, who is this person who comes without reason. So, and says that it's okay for Allah, because it's Allah who's done this and Allah who's done that. And Allah is the guardian of shaitan. And it's okay because Allah is the guardian of shaitan. This ayat here. Where is it? The ayat that they dived and worked for Suleiman, the shaitan, and Allah is the guardian. So, let me just checking on this. And this is Surah Anbiya, ayat 82. So this is okay. No, this is not okay. You can't get paradise. Allah can't win paradise for you when He hasn't even shown you paradise on earth. Right? So, people who don't use their mind, please go get yourselves checked. Go to a psychiatrist. Terrorist Salahuddin should go get his mind checked to this thing, saying that breaking houses and all, I don't know where you come from. in Surah Hashar. And this is the true Allah. And Allah hasn't shown you paradise here. And He's shown you horrid what? He hasn't even shown you the angel who Prophet Muhammad saw on the horizon. And how this whole book is. We don't know Prophet Muhammad's life. So I don't know, you've been shoved with all this. You don't question, you blindly follow things. In Surah Najm, where, like, how can you have a book? It doesn't even say that, how many times does it say Muhammad? And who? Muhammad, the son of Abdullah? There could be many Muhammads out there at that time. He could have killed the real, true Muhammad, or God knows who he was. So be reasonable here, and insan bano, become humans first. And stop this religious thing, blindly following the traditions that your parents have told you about, how to follow it, how to pray, how to do this, when prayers, the method of prayer is not told to you in the Quran ayats, in the Quran. Now you say here that it is okay in this ayat. And we were of them a guardian, preventing any disobedience or deviation by them. Then why didn't you prevent Shaitan at that time when he managed to creep into the heaven that Adam and Eve were in? You see, when Allah can prevent these disobedient, when Allah can prevent Shaitan, jinns, I mean, the first jinn, Shaitan, Iblis, was of the jinni. He's the head, he's the origin of jinn. And you come here, you don't know Arabic, God knows where you are from, Bangladesh or where. And what traditions and what methods your parents have been following, your forefathers have been following. What stories in the Quran which have no evidence. Archaeologists have not found evidence that the sun comes up in murky waters or where Dhul Qurnain was. There's not much evidence unless you go through the Bible, which you'll have to go through to find the evidence where exactly is everything and how long was the ark of Noah and where it stopped, roughly speaking. There's a man, he went searching for the Kaaba, where the real Kaaba is. And you haven't done much research. And you come here and you say, no, you want to depart from reason. You say, Allah knows best. Allah did this. Allah defaced their faces. Allah broke their houses. Allah put terror in their hearts. What the nonsense is this? So last time in my live stream, I got distracted. Oh my goodness, reason? I mean, this is laughable, or, should I cry on this? for you Muslims, that you believe in this kind of Allah. Here he's saying he can prevent them from disobedience or deviation. Then why didn't he do it in the first place? Allah knows best. It is Allah's maslahat that here he can prevent them. Really? Where are you? So you see, such Muslims, I mean, hopeless cases like Salah ad-Din. Then we are. I'm going to appeal to international, some human rights or something. You need to be stopped on blasphemy, on this. Allah, blindly following an Allah. Allah knows best. Allah has told us, punish them, you will get paradise. And threaten them. That's the way to bring them. Because if they don't listen like that nicely, threaten them that we will deface your faces. I caught him here also with the footnote. Whose guardian is Allah? Shaitan. So please don't come here lying that you are from Saudi Arabia when you are not, because Salah ad-Din is a name that comes from Bangladesh. They had a president, and I know you don't know Arabic, so don't come here. No, because how the Bangladeshi Muslims, how they greet with the salam. Finished here, but no. You don't, just because in the Quran ayat it says that Allah cast terror and Allah did this, and now Allah is the guardian of the shayatini. So shayatini, the devils. Allah is the guardian of the devils. What? Hafiz. And this name, Hafiz, will protect you. If you look at, I had a little booklet with the names of Allah, 99 names of Allah. So if he can control Suleiman's, shaitan given to Suleiman, why can't he control the shaitan? Because we have sinned deliberately, being born in a Muslim family. We have sinned. Okay, so you're going to say that because, that, where would that reasoning lead us? If you say that we are sinners and Suleiman was a chosen, Allah could not give him angels to do this work. My goodness. Allah has given him shaitan, devils, who were some, and of the devils, who were some, would die for him and would do work. Maybe there were others who were doing other things for him. So we go and mention Job. So guardian of Ya Hafizo, Ya Hafizo. Oh my God. So, guardian, right? Guardian. Hafiz. Hafiz. Protector. What actually does Ya Hafiz mean? Khuda Hafiz or Nafiz. Then Hafiz. So, I need someone who is quite civilized. Guardian or a disposer of the affairs. This name is an attribute of Allah, plainly describing the meaning of guarding, watching, protecting, custody, and preserving. Preserving also. Oh, protector. Oh my goodness. So, it just doesn't go with Islam. The other, why not send angels? When he sends, we sent in a battle of Badr, how many angels were sent? Then there was rain also to put them to this in a sedation, calming them. Oh no, in this dazed thing, in a trance, so they could fight. So, oh my goodness. So a reason, if someone could, an expert, if I could get like Kalthofer, or another person, Western philosopher or someone, if I could be honored. So I don't think if you say that we are sinners and Suleiman was a prophet chosen, that it was okay that God gave him shaitan to work for him and die for him. I don't think that kind of reasoning would be accepted, or like it would fall into proper logical deduction, right? Shaitan worked. I don't think it would. Surah Anbiya 82. This is getting worse and worse. And Dawood and Suleiman, as they gave judgment concerning the tillage, as the sheep of the people roamed therein, and we were witnesses to their judgment. And we gave understanding of it to Solomon, and to each we gave judgment, knowledge, birds. David also, along with David and also the birds, mountains to exalt, and we subjected the mountains to exalt, along with David and the birds, and we were doing that. We did it. It was our power that made the violent, unruly wind flow tamely for Solomon to his order to the land which we had blessed, for we do know all things. Okay, so we gave the polytheists murtis, idols, and we controlled them. We gave power into them. and mention Job. And then this is it. And of the evil ones were some who died for him and did other works besides. And it was we who guarded them, watched over all of them, and kept we kept watch over all of them. We were the preservers, guardian. Oh, preserver, guardian of this shaitan. God is using like God is allowing. Okay, so with Solomon, maybe God could not produce, like, what is this? If he can produce this, so the Father, 1, 2 wings, 1, 2, 3 wings, right? Is it Surah Father? All praise is due to Allah, creator of the heavens and the earth, who made the angels, messengers. Angels, messengers. I wonder, so shredding Iblis could be one of the angels. Angels, messengers having wings, 2 or 3 or 4. He increases in creation what he wills, right? He creates and increases, and like he's the one who he can add to creation. So why not give Solomon more angels rather than give him shaitan? Please understand this, because there's a lot at stake, and we have I think that please, it is not your right, Muslims. You don't have the license to kill people and say Allah, no, Allah has told us. Even if this Allah come now in your dream, or Imam Mahdi come. Oh, so very, very scary, I tell you. So my heart is sinking at this. And yeah, so some of you Muslims who would think that Allah is shaitan. Allah is the head of shaitan. This Allah is shaitan. So you see, if he can create more angels, wings and all, and he increases in creation what he wills. I don't know how any bird with one wing, no, 2 or 3 or 4, not one. Can fly. I thought it said 2, 3, 3 wings. Oh yes. So. Shias also look at this, please, that Prophet Muhammad, in the Islamic sources, he went to sleep, he overslept, and Fajr prayer, so he missed. Then the Sunnis say that it is an example. He gave that if you miss your prayers, then you can cover them up later on. Even so, that is like what do you call it? Late prayers. You see? So verily Allah has power over everything. But then he used it. Suleiman has to use. He gave Suleiman shaitan to use them. And now, if my Muslim aunt or someone says the jinns come to me and believe in my power, believe in this jinn power, if you don't, you will be ruined, and threatening like this, I better start believing, because this is the way it is. That even Solomon, this is what my other aunt said. But you have to be Oh, so now the thing is that you have to be careful because you're not Solomon. you, no. But if Allah can protect, then we also follow Solomon. We have to follow the example. We're not. So you are not Muhammad. Why are you following the example of Muhammad? Imitating him and all this? So this is a really great ayat from Surah Anbiya. It proves. And remember when Satan made their deeds pleasing to... I don't remember. I don't want to remember anything of the sort. No one can overcome you today. And I fear... Oh. So no. Let's go to Surah Anbiya ayat, this one. Shaitan worked for Solomon. And Allah is the guardian. Allah is Shaitan's guardian, not Solomon's guardian. Allah is a guardian over them. Of them. Not even over them, but of them. And we, oh my goodness, lahum, right? You, goodness gracious.
Lahum.
Sorry,
Lahum.
lahum, guardians of them. Hafiz, Zina,
Hafidin.
Hafizin. A is not pronounced. Oh, so you see this problem. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm really, so if I don't use words, please see this. There's a lot at stake. We need to get this to the Muslims. Surah Hashar, we're told that Allah cast terror into their hearts, the Yathrib people, poor people. And then there's a ayat that says that a part of, some people told the Yathrib people that, you have nowhere to stand. Go back to your houses. Anyways, look at this, and Allah bichare, these poor Yathrib people, they have nowhere to stand. Where is it? What's this? You have nowhere to stand. Oh, this is so terrible. Huh? Surah Azab, verse 13. You don't, excuse me, neither does this Allah, nor do you have the right to punish people, harass them. And when a faction of them said, O people of Yathrib, there's no stability for you here, so return home. The poor people could not return home. And a party of them asked permission of the Prophet. See, indeed our houses are exposed. So who is true and who is... And so indeed our houses are exposed. While they were not exposed, they did not intend except to flee. They wanted to run away, right? Didn't want to keep company with them. They only wished to flee from the battlefront. Okay. But you see, at one time it's saying that they will not fight you, but in fortified towns or ramparts or in their houses, they are cowards. Or are they scared? Are they scared of you? because you are more powerful, like a devil. And you can't rule out that he may have devils to work for him, to attack, not angels. But you can't rule out the devils that were given to Solomon to work for him and die for him and do things. So you can't rule out that this prophet is using devils also, but it's not said here about him. Somehow, of course not. A criminal will not tell you that I'm a criminal. So the evidence is, he could try to distort things, delete everything, rub off the evidence completely. So that's why it's very, very hard, but not very hard now, I can see. Indeed, our houses are exposed. While they were not exposed, they did not intend. So, what's this about? Battlefield. They only wish to flee from the battlefront. Which battle? Why do you want them to... Oh, maybe he wanted them to fight the polytheists. Even the believers were shaken, were tested and shaken with the severe shaking. Behold, they came on you from above you and from below you, and behold, the eyes became dim, and the hearts gaped up to the throats. This, and you imagined various vain thoughts about Allah. He's doing this to the believers also by making them fight against the polytheists and all. There the believers were tested and shaken with the severe shaking, conversed. And behold, the hypocrites and those in whose hearts is a disease even say, Allah and His Messenger promised us nothing but delusion. 13. And when a faction of them said, so where's the thing for, don't flee, don't be cowards, don't cry for peace when you have the upper hand. And if they had been entered upon from all its surrounding regions, and fitna had been demanded of them, they would have done it, and not hesitated over it, except briefly. And if had been entered upon them from all its sides, then they had been asked the treachery, they would have certainly done it. And yeah. So, yes, there are treacherous people, definitely. But who is the one who is so treacherous? I just proved it. And they had already promised Allah before not to turn their backs. And ever is the promise of Allah questioned. Turn their backs, right? So they have to go on. Like in the battlefield, they can't say this also. Another. So if you turn back on your heels, what happens? You are a hypocrite. That means that Zainab and Josh, but there in Surah Azab, coming back. That no, I don't. No, I can't make myself come down to that status of Zed. I still feel I'm a highborn Say, "Oh, Muhammad, never will fleeing benefit you if you should flee from death or killing. And then if you did, you would not be given enjoyment of life except for a little." So, say, who is it that can protect you from Allah? No one. If He intends for you an ill, of course the Jews know that no one can, and they will not find for, even the polytheists know, and they will not find for themselves besides Allah. And of course not. No one believes that, if they believe in gods and all, how can you tell them this? And the Jews, already Allah knows the hinderers among you, that's Prophet Muhammad. And those hypocrites, that's him too, who say to their brothers, "Come to us," and do not, no, these are the true believers. Come to us and do not go to battle, except for a few. So, indisposed toward you. And when fear comes, you see them looking at you, their eyes revolving, like one being overcome. Look at what He's done to them, and it's Allah, by death. But when fear departs, they lash you with sharp tongues. You see, I mean, if you're going to put me in a situation where I feel fearful, and then when, I feel oppressed. One day, when I have the power within me, I will not care whether it's Allah's power or, but I will lash out at you like anything. I can see through my life experience that this has happened. You oppress a person and you oppress a person and you put them in fear, for years. And if even for a day, if you put me in fear, if I get the power, right, I will, you have oppressed me, you have put me in fear. It won't be a good reaction by me, because you haven't taught me patience. You see, you've taken me, that fear takes away that strength. Thoughts already dissipate your immense energy that is there. So, forced this, forced that, forced fighting, forced marriages, fear cast, threats given, zabardasti, forced conversions, indisposed toward you. And when fear comes, you see them looking at you, their eyes revolving, like one being overcome by death. Ajah. And fear, they did not put Muhammad in fear. But when fear departs, they lash. They didn't put Muhammad in fear. But if they had put Muhammad in fear, what does he do? Even if God lashes back at them, they lash with sharp tongues, indisposed toward any good. And you haven't lashed with sharp tongue. Your Allah isn't lashed with sharp tongue. Worst of creatures, Surah Baina, Surah Qalam. What birth? Low birth. Oh, zinakhor. From parents. So Allah has rendered their deeds worthless. Of course they're going to lash out at you. They think the companies have not yet withdrawn, And if the companies should come again, they would wish they were in the desert among the Bedouins, inquiring about your news. And if they should be among you, they would not fight except for a little. Of course, they're going to inquire about the news. What are these people doing, these Muslims? What is Muhammad doing with them and their Allah? Because it's nearby them, they're going to inquire, they must be concerned. There has certainly been for you in the Messenger of Allah an excellent pattern. For anyone whose hope is in Allah and the last day, and who remembers Allah often. Excellent example. Like you must follow this messenger. You must imitate him, copy his ways. And when the believers saw the companies, they said, this is what Allah and His Messenger had promised us. And Allah and His Messenger spoke the truth, and it increased them only in faith and acceptance. Among the believers are men true to what they promised Allah. Among them is he who has fulfilled his vow by killing, and among them is he who awaits his chance. And they do not alter the terms of their commitment by any alteration. So this also leads to what? They don't alter. So what are good believers, Shias? Oh my goodness. So Zainab feelings remain the same. But Allah changed it. Like Allah said that now she can divorce. First He says no. She has to marry against her will, Z, because it is my decision and it is Prophet Muhammad's decision. Why do you miss these verses? Hafiz e Quran. Hafiz e Shaitan. Satanic verses, really, I say. That's where you miss these. Oh, that's why you don't remember. Even those of you who know the whole Quran. Can you tabdeelan, alteration, change. His vow, and among them is he who awaits. And they did not alter by any alteration. Even like so the army came attacking full force, right? And the hypocrites, if Allah wills, He can. So Badouans of Surafat, and Allah repelled those who disbelieved in their rage, not having obtained any good. And sufficient was Allah for the believers in battle. Right? So how come with the few wives, 2 wives, he started to promise, Wallah al-Azim, I will not do this. He was on oath. Surah Tahrim ayat. He says that, Oh Aisha, oh Hafsa, I prohibit myself what Allah has made lawful for me. I prohibit myself. Then Allah comes in with the verse, reveals, Allah doesn't, but reveals through Jibreel. Jibreel comes in. And then Muhammad is like, oh, no, Muhammad says, Allah, O Prophet, I've just received a verse. O Prophet, why do you forbid what Allah has made lawful for you? Seeking to please your wives. So you will find no alteration also. Think about Zainab bin Josh. Then why does Allah alter His command to Zainab? Huh? We will marry you We gave you her in marriage. But they have never changed in the least. But Allah changes all the time. Abrogation, cancelling, this, that. But the believers never change. In the covenant, complete the vow, which he, yeah, complete their vow. He must have completed his vow. Surah Tahrim ayat for how long? He promised not to go to Zainab bint Josh or sleep with Maria the Coptic. But at least not in Hafsa's bed. And some still wait, but they have never changed their determination in the least. They have never changed, and he believes in the Prophet Muhammad believes in the believers, his believers. He has faith in them. Zainab was a believer. So, like I said before, that please don't be like Salahuddin, Muslims, brothers, sisters, right? Please. He could be Bangladeshi and no reason. Allah knows best. Allah did this, Allah did that. That's okay. It is justifiable. You see, a liar or a criminal a liar never says he's a liar. A criminal never says he's a criminal. You have to go searching like a detective, investigate, find evidence. He's not going to give you evidence against him. You need to find the evidence. Surah Hashr. Oh goodness. It is he who expelled the ones who disbelieved among the people of the scripture from their homes at the first gathering. You did not think they would leave. And if any Muslim like Salahuddin comes here and tells me that this is justifiable, I will have to lash at him in anger with the sharp tongue, time him out, and I could have formed an army against him. I could have threatened to deface his face, deface him from their homes at the first gathering. You did not think they would leave. But you know who is the coward here? Who is the coward? From behind you come, even against hypocrites. Wherever you find them, kill them. Wait in ambush for them. You assault. What is the Surah Tawbah ayats? You did not think they would leave. You have been made a coward. You see, I warn you here and on Facebook that I will do this and this and this. But there are ayats which say without warning, attack them. You did not think they would leave, and they thought that the fortresses would protect them from Allah. But the decree of Allah came upon them from where they had not expected, and He cast terror into their hearts. So they destroyed their houses by their own hands. What about the law of retribution? If they have attempted an assassination on your life, you don't go breaking their houses, casting terror into their hearts. So if Allah did this, I wonder what He could have gone through, to what extent to cast terror into their hearts. Prophet Muhammad himself, and how they have believed in him and cast terror. Maybe they were so now afraid, so tired, even the believers, because he's telling the believers here, in fact, he asked them to cut the trees. That's because they opposed Allah, okay? Very bad. Whatever you have cut down, palm trees or left standing on the trunks, it is by the permission of Allah. And so He would disgrace the defiantly disobedient. And what Allah restored of the property to His messenger from them, you did not spur for it. Believers. So He's not giving them the due, meaning that they went through no hardship. I war to obtain it. No. No war. Poor Yathrib people. But, okay, wait a minute. You did not spur for it, like cutting trees and breaking their houses. That's all you did. That's not much. Yes, you should have gone to war. So, and what Allah restored to His messenger from the people of the towns, it is for Allah and for the messenger and for his near relatives and orphans and the needy. Don't forget that. They didn't spur for it. So why are you giving it to the orphans and the needy and the stranded traveler? Looking good. Very good. He's a very, those of the Banu Hashim and Banu Muttalib, whom he had prohibited from accepting zakah. But here he's showing that he cares for the orphans and the needy and the wayfarer. And so that money, it may merely circulate, and so that it may not merely circulate between the rich among you, but those deserving. So accept whatever the messenger gives you, and refrain from whatever he forbids you. It's like they've been asking for something, but they're told, no, you didn't spur for it. So what the Badouan said, and he puts the blame, he uses Allah to put the blame on the Badouans, that the Badouan said, when you go for war and you get the spoils of war, let us, share with us, or something like this. Let us have the spoils of war. And they change the words of Allah and refrain from whatever He forbids you. And fear Allah. Verily, Allah is most stern in retribution. The second share is of the kinsfolk, and this implies the kinsfolk of the Prophet, the Bani Hashim and the Bani Al-Muttalib. This share was set aside so that, besides meeting his own and his family's requirements, needs, not wants. They would say, the Muslims. The Prophet could also fulfill his obligations towards those of his relatives who stood in need of his help, or whom he felt like helping. After the death of the Prophet, this ceased to be a separate and independent source because, like the right of the orphans and the waifers and the indigent among the Muslims, looking after the rights of the needy among the Banu Hashim and the Bani al-Muttalib, Bani Hashim, also became the responsibility of the public treasury. However, they were treated as superior to others insofar as they had no share in the zakat. Abdullah bin Abbas has related that in the time of Abu Bakr, Umar and Uthman, the first 2 shares were dropped and only the remaining 3 shares, those for the orphans and the indigent and the wayfarers, were kept as of those entitled to fai. Then Ali also acted on the same in his time. Muhammad, they didn't follow. Yeah, because Muhammad is dead, Prophet Muhammad. So Muhammad bin Ishaq has related on the authority of Imam Muhammad Baqir that although Ali's personal opinion was the same as of the people of his house, that this share should be given to the relatives of the Prophet, he did not think that he should act against the practice of Abu Bakr and Umar. I believe Hassan bin Muhammad bin Hanifia says that after the Prophet, oh God, it goes on, so this is very interesting. You can read this. Very interesting. I believe in what is coming from the bad things against these. Because I reason it. So now you want me to be not happy, or I'm very happy. I'm celebrating that I've won. Islam has been destroyed completely. This is satanic. And you cannot punish me. You have no right. Remember, it is your Allah Shaitan. This is not the true Allah. And also for those who would tell you to punish me, and she's left, and this, she's an apostate. And also for those who were settled in the home and adopted the faith before them, they love those who emigrated. Anything else I need? Our Lord forgive us and our brothers who preceded us, and put not in our hearts resentment toward those who have believed, but those who have disbelieved, yes. So even the tax collectors do as much. Jesus said, if you love those who love you, even the tax collectors do as much. Have you not considered those who practice hypocrisy, saying to the brothers who have disbelieved among the people of the scripture, if you are expelled, so this is, you will find, you see the believers, for the believers it's that the believers should be determined, not change their ways. Once they submit their will to God, those believers, they don't change their ways. They don't turn on their heels. So don't turn on your heels, Zainab, and don't turn on your heels, Allah also. Allah has turned on his heels. So in Surah Jummah, I think it was told, turn on your heels. Surah Jummah. Jummah, whatever it is, sorry. Oof. Oh, sorry, I spelled it wrong. Oh, goodness. Oh, you have believed when is called for the prayer on the day of Jummah, then proceed to the remembrance and leave trade. That is better for you. And when the prayer has been concluded, that you may succeed. But on one occasion, when they saw a transaction or a diversion, they rushed to it and left you standing. Say, what is with Allah is better than diversion. And then a I can see a group of believers left him stranded there. Don't leave me like this. Don't leave me stranded. That's the song. They rush to it. This is a good way, really. I think Umar, Abu Bakr, and Uthman and all. Very good, very good. But never will they express their desire because for death. Again, it comes like desire for death all the time. Say, oh, you that stand on Judaism. Now, where's that when they turned on their heels? Yeah. Maybe it's here, but the translation that I read is he will inform. Excuse me. Say, indeed, the death from which you flee, indeed, it will meet you. Then you will be returned to the knower of the unseen and the witnessed, and he will inform you about what you used to do. So, death that you. Oh, you have believed when the adhan is called. Where's it turn on? Don't turn on your heels. Leave trade. And those who turned on their heels. And when the prayer has been concluded. So, sorry, but on one occasion when they saw a transaction, a dealing or some, they break away. Turn on their heels. No, it's not here. And leave these standing, yeah. It doesn't say turn on your heels. Where is that? Even the believers did this. So, cutting down on believers now. Shias are cutting down on the believers. Good. Cut down because it's right, true. Most of them left him standing there. Cut, no, turned on their heels. Oh my goodness. Then will it be that in case he dies or is killed, will you turn on your heels? Oh yes, this one. Muhammad is not a messenger. Muhammad is not but a messenger. Muhammad is not a messenger. Do you see this? No, it is but a messenger. No, he's not. Other messengers, Shaitan. Other messengers have passed on before him. So if he was to die or be killed, would you turn? I assume that you have read the Quran ayat number 144 of Al Imran. This is not Anbiya, right? This is Al Imran. Yes. So if he was to die or be killed, would you turn back on your heels to unbelief? And he who turns back on his heels will never harm Allah at all. But Allah will reward the grateful. So there's no threat here. I cannot believe that there's no threat here, but let's see. You did indeed wish for death before you met him. Now you have seen him with your own eyes. What's this? Did you think that you would enter heaven without Allah? Did you think that you would enter heaven without Allah testing those of you who fought hard in His cause? Testing. What is this testing? And remain steadfast. So you fought to save women's izzat, honor? Or you fought against hypocrites and rumor mongers and idol worshippers? And you had certainly wished for death before you encountered it, and you have now seen it while you were looking on. So you can only see martyrdom but no paradise. Muhammad is not but a messenger. Other messengers have passed on before him. So if he was to die or be killed. Wait a minute. You did indeed wish for death before you met him. Now you have seen him with your own eyes. Seen whom? This is with reference to those companions who had urged the Prophet to go out of Medina and take on the enemy there because of their ardent desire for martyrdom. Oh my goodness. You know why? I mean, this is with reference to those companions who had urged the Prophet to go out of Medina and take on the enemy there because of their ardent desire for martyrdom. Something doesn't seem right here. Ardent desire for martyrdom, take on the enemy, go out of Medina, take on the enemy there. Because of their ardent, oh my goodness, this is a doomed religion. You know, you desire, like for a dysfunctional family, like I would wish for death. But what I'm saying is that, oh, but I want to be martyred because if I'm a male, and I don't want to, but I am a male, right? Some people come here, I sound like a man, they say. So, what happens is that, what's that, the grave punishments and all? Yes. And you know these suicide bombers and all in Pakistan? Bombers, suicide bombers, bombers, suicide bomb blasters. They actually, you can tell them that you've sinned so much, and listen, you just put on the suicide jacket, go for the martyrdom. You can use this verse and say, and go to a Shia mosque with the suicide jacket, bomb, and that's it. So how nice. This is a doomed religion. It won't let you be happy, stay, prosper, live, and admonish in the best way, in a good way. Let them prosper, let them practice their own religion, And keep looking up Prophet Muhammad, because the Kaaba is full of idol worshipping. Who told you that Ismail and Abraham made it? When you should have known from the very beginning. Then you should have been looking at the direction Qibla. Your Kaaba, the Kaaba in Makkah should have been your Qibla from the very beginning, and God should have told you, look, they've got gods there. And from the very beginning, this was not the Qibla. Prophet was looking up in the sky. Let the polytheists have their murtis, idols, worship in their own way, do their own rituals. But you didn't want it that way. Now, some Muslim terrorists, you know, so these extremists, they can take, where coming from a dysfunctional family, they choose these for terrorists. Terrorists in the making, rapists in the making. They oppressed me so much that I went so insane. Right? I have shown that example as on social media. You give a good life, there's that peace first. No, he wants to take money, then he will give you security. Surah Tawbah ayat. Take alms out of their wealth for them and pray for them. Pray for them. Surely your prayer is a source of peace and security for them. Sorry, I can't talk now properly. I've been through a lot of traumatizing thing here. A lot of pressure on me. You did indeed wish for death before you met him. Oh, they wished for death or they wished for martyrdom? Coveted, to covet. Wish, tamanna. Oh my goodness, maut. This is not oh my God, I thought it was made very clear what is death by sacrificing your life. That's shahada. That's becoming a shaheed. You see, this person doesn't know that Allah doesn't know this person and his alter ego doesn't know the difference from before. So he's choosing all these people who wish to die. Right? These are going to be his true believers. You know what I mean? Coming from dysfunctional families, like that. Wayward, perhaps rebellious. Things like that. Very terrible. Weak people. Oh my goodness. You understand the psychology and oh my God, how dumb was I before. I couldn't see it. It's taken me so many years. No, I wasn't dumb. It was just that I was fearful. I was brainwashed, yeah, in denial. Because you see, the Shias had told me, Hussein. And now I can see it through experience. Akal man ko, in Urdu they say, an intelligent person only needs a sign. That's it. One sign enough for him. But oh God, how dumb was I made to look at Not look at this. This definitely. Oh yes. So we used to. You see, in Pakistan, when it grew, terrorism against Shias and all, Ahmadis also, Sufis darbar. What do you call it? Excuse me. So what happened is, you we start to think that yes, maybe they're drugged, or they come from dysfunctional families. Like they told me, look, uh, if you're on the internet, first they try to break you. Be careful, and then emotionally take you. They're giving you that, but yeah, and so they couldn't make me into a. Yeah, they made me against my family, against the principal, the ones I loved. I started to act like a monster, right? Yes. So if you deprive the person, you oppress the person, and then you want to, but I didn't want to be with them. But that's not what they wanted. They broke me, and if even a friend came, like a infidel, unfaithful, trying to, pretentiously give me that. But they knew, okay, a friend comes and Zara, you know, perking me up or encouraging me and all this. She's got the upper hand. She just comes there to show off because she knows. She knows now they've had me and I won't be able to get up. But the only person who can get me up at that time, although very ashamed I felt, I used to pray this, I used to recite this Noha, Hazrat Abbas is saying, okay, don't take my lasha, don't take this dead body to Sakina. I'm so ashamed. What will I tell Sakina? And I was like, my face, everything. I was like, how will I face my principal for whom I would get up? Even now, if I have to, you know, I would, in this traumatized pressure on me, I get up. And I have not, oh God, my head, my neck, everything, shoulders hurting. I should. So I get up. She's 90 years old. Until she's alive, I'm alive. And I get up to do this. And you had certainly wished for death. They have to put I martyrdom. It's maut. And martyrdom is not death. Because there's an ayat. Don't think those who are killed, you would say. I know what you're going to say. Killed. They are not dead. They are alive. But wouldn't you say here that you wish to meet God? You wished something like to be enlightened rather than wish for death? Oh my goodness. So this, right? Not wish for death. Why would you wish for death? These are the unbelievers. Like, we're like, don't wish for death. तो कुफर कर रहे हो, तौबा 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 करो, तौबा करो, कुफर कर रहे हो. You are doing kufr. Disbeliever. You're becoming you're going into disbelief. Don't wish for death. Oh my goodness. No. The ayat should have been that you had certainly wished to meet your Lord, hurrying to meet your Lord or something like this, before you encountered it. Yeah. And you have now seen it while you were looking on. Seen it while you were looking at it. So those in Al Imran, oh yes, this is Al Imran verse. It will come to that. They were dragged when they were forced and they were looking on. So these are for the martyrs? Or no, Shias may not think that you did indeed wish for death before you met him. Now you have seen him with your own eyes. You mean Muhammad is the messenger of death? Meet Joe Black, the movie. Now you have seen him, one who calls you to death. Fight for Allah, Allah's cause, or at least defend yourself. Not it, but you've seen him. Is death personified here? Yusuf Ali, what went wrong? Muhammad is not but a messenger. Muhammad is also a messenger of death. Now you have seen him. Let's see the Arabic. Not it, not death, but you have seen it. It says here. So Yusuf Ali, and certainly you used to wish tamanna. Oh my goodness, used to wish for death from before that you met it. Before you met it. I wonder what the Shia multilingual Quran, I'll have to go there. But now you have seen it. I don't think this is martyrdom. Oh, maybe the Sunnis take it as martyrdom. The Shias don't. And I have to see this. 143 Al Imran. 143 Al Imran, multilingual Quran. Please, Sunnis, do not wish for death. This is not right. Oh my goodness. Al Imran. 1-4. This is it. Hope you get it, what I'm trying to explain. Don't you see it? As if I'm the only one to come and show you. Even correct the Shias and you cannot kill me. You don't. Your Allah is false. As if I will be able to influence and tell you, show you that Allah is false, shaitan. Allah is a shaitan and he is not the true Allah of the idol worshippers. 143. Persons who were not at Badr desired to be present with the Holy Prophet at another battle in order to gain the distinction of being known as victors or martyrs. Even the Shias obtained by the heroes of Badr when they had seen the battle of Uhud and brought back their slain and wounded relatives. they indulged in lamentation and felt miserable. And certainly you desire death before you met it. You look at it. Persons who are not at Badr desire to be present with the Holy Prophet at another battle in order to gain the distinction of being known as victors or martyrs. Yes? Oh my God, sorry, yeah, correction to make. Even the Shias feel that this is great martyrdom. They wished for death. Wishing for death. Please, uh, goodness sakes, right? Just go for this, Surah Zumar. Follow the gurus, right? Masters. If you want direct, maybe you can go to Muji Baba, but please let these gurus, meditation, yoga, if you are interested in meeting God, don't meet your death, do Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. Oh goodness. Unquestionably, for Allah is the pure religion, and those who take protectors besides them say, we only worship them that they may bring us nearer to Allah in position, meaning union with Allah. Indeed, Allah will judge between them concerning that over which they differ. Indeed, Allah does not guide he who is a liar. I know now who is a liar and a confirmed disbeliever. So Shias now stop the julus where there's security problem in Pakistan. Don't go wishing for death, that we will hear Imam Hussein's majlis no matter what. We'll go to Nishta Park, we'll go to Kharadar, we'll go to Mehfil Shah Khurasan. We'll take the julus out from Nishta Park to Iranian Imam Barga, Irani Imam Barga, crossing Kharadar, all that. So this, oh my goodness, I think I need a break now. And piece by piece, I will keep coming here to remind you, don't kill. If get this, please get it. I've explained it, I've shown it, that this is not right. This is a false Allah. And certainly you desired death before you met it. So indeed you have seen it and you look at it. It's a doomed religion. It's a doomed death. It wants you to desire death. You should be desiring to meet God, not to meet your death. Now, you will say this ayat that those who die, let me see, those who die in war, those who die being killed, believers being killed, I don't know how to put it, are alive, not dead. Not dead. Please, civilized manner, I'm calling you, although I might sound funny, but yes, I have to laugh things and make fun light-heartedly. It is Allah who takes away the souls of people and takes away those who died in the way of Allah. Do not say they are dead. Surah Baqarah at 154. No, they are alive. Okay. So Surah Baqarah at 154. 154. So say you wished for death in the way of Allah. And do not say about those who are killed in the way of Allah, they are dead. Right? So it should have been, now you have seen, what does it say here? And do not say for the ones who are slain in the way of Allah, they are dead. Nay, they are alive.
أحياء.
Yaw. Alive, right? But you do not perceive. So there should have been a short term for this, like you have been shaheed. Not that you have seen death in Al Imran. Shouldn't be. Now that you have seen it, 43. And certainly you desired death before you met it. So indeed you have seen it and you look at it. Thank God the those who left him behind, like deserted him. Surah Juma, we're told, they're very intelligent, sensible to leave this person. This is shaitan in its highest form in a man and its alter ego, and that he may purge those who believe and deprive the unbelievers. Do you think that you will enter the garden while Allah has not yet known those who strive hard from among you, and He has not known the patient? And certainly you desired death before you met it. So indeed you have seen it. Seen the garden or seen death? And you look at it. So maybe he was like he's when you cheerleaders and now look, you are going war, encouraging you to, war. So you're going to die and meet your death, but you see garden, hypnotizer. You see a garden full of horis, boys passing fresh drinks, rivers of wine. This. Devil's advocate, devil's the great hypnotizer. Yes, so like how they say, have I completed? How they say that when you come from a dysfunctional family and all, if I was a man, which I kind of, so am, and so what happens is these people, they sex traffickers and all, emotionally they work on you, break you, and then they take you. And even in Pakistan, we were they were told like they would take these Muslims. Like America made mujahideens, like Mrs. Hillary Clinton said in one of the videos. Yeah, hyped up, hyping you up for it. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. You have, they've given you that. You need it. You need that. And so you start getting that satanic power because anger and passion, and it's better than just sitting at home and wallowing and feeling depressed. I come to you like I here. But if I do this out of compulsion or something, anyways, you take it, you see it, but at least when I go after this, I'm not attached to this. I'm not obsessed with this, that I can do something else in my life. And I feel at peace with myself. This is what I was thinking that Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi, when he gave me that Islamic books, when he sent me on the internet, like Peshawar Nights and all, telling me, Shia is the true religion and all. At that time, I was in a chronic fatigue and I couldn't take it even to read Sahih Bukhari. When I was reading, then I was guided and checking the references to the Sunni Islamic sources of that book. Then I was guided. So I thought Sayyid Yusuf Zaidi should have first given me that peace inside, prayed for it, or sent me that peace instead of I being in that chronic fatigue. And I felt like energy is, I'm bleeding from inside. It's like terrible. My shoulders, head, back, everything in a shock reading, and not good. Anyways, here also we go on, like I go on like this. So, in this traumatized way. Even though someone told me this is good, right? You come here. I said, no, this is not good. So I should be like doing Qigong, taking care of my mental health, physical health also. Not come here and say I'm broken. Let's see if I perform well. Or low, I'm low, so let's see how I perform. And certainly, so no, I don't think that any idol worshipper will be punished anymore, and that I'm being punished because I did something in the past, or because I was Radharani and they worshipped me as even making my murtis idols and all that. So no. Now for sure, whether a Shia comes, a Sayyid, then tells me something, or a Sunni, I know that they're oppressing me. And certainly you desired death before you met it. So indeed you have seen it and you look at it. Do you think that you will enter the garden while Allah has not yet known those? But certainly you desired death before you met it. So indeed you have seen it and you have looked at it. Death, you have looked at death, not the garden, not this 142. But 143 is very clear about this, that you have seen it. You desired it, you looked at it. He's bloodthirsty. He took like all these people who desired death, you can see. And who would, at Jange Badr. And they're so quick. They want another battle now. They want to be martyrs now. So I don't think we Shias can blame those extremists, right? Quran only, they could be interpreting it in their own way. There's danger of many things from this Quran. And these dangerous ayats, they can be misinterpreted and they can cause such terror in the whole world, because those Muslims who misinterpret these ayats, but they actually are, Shias and Sunnis, moderate Muslims, they are well interpreting the ayats. So if you see those extremists, know that they are the true ones. Okay, thank you. I will continue later when I am able to take some rest now. Thank you very much.